guys, welcome to Northwest Connection. This episode we're joined by Sigils, the Macclesfield outfit, weaving doom-laden textures, ritualistic rhythm and a sense of tension you can feel in your teeth. If you're into music that feels carved rather than written, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to Northwest Connection podcast. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, okay. Well, we are Sigils from Macclesfield. I'm Charlie.
I'm Jake.
I'm Grant.
Yeah.
And what do you do in the band?
Oh yeah, good one. Yeah, that helped, wouldn't it? I'm the bass player, backing vocals.
Lead vocals and guitar.
I play guitar.
Our drummer's not here, unfortunately, because he is, he's about to become a father again. And his wife is very, very close to...
Very inconsiderate of them.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. And he's the drummer, you know, just to answer on his behalf, you know, so...
So, how did the four of you come together and end up making music?
Good question. I mean...
I moved to Mac about 4 or 5 years ago, and I went to Art Tangent Festival with Jake. I was managing a pub at the time, which Jake used to live opposite. And Jake never knew any of the bands that were playing Art Tangent, and then the next day he came in and he was like, yeah, I'm off for going.
That's not an off-putting thing, I'm not going to bands on Art Tangent, really, is it?
Barely knowing the guy as well, just as a random punter. Well, while I was at Art Tangent, I really wanted to try and get people, hire people from Art Tangent to get a band, but everyone who I had a really good conversation with was from places like Nottingham and just batshit other places in the UK. And then when I come back, I was playing with Charlie, just me and him, just playing nonsensical music as you do, with just the guitar.
Well, we chilled out because I met you before I saw you at Download. And I was just like, oh, it's great. What the, just happened to see you there. Came back, and we ended up chilling out. And we were like, well, do you want to start something? I was like, yeah, excellent, yeah. Didn't really understand what your music taste was. The first band you showed me was LLNN.
Wow.
And so for myself, metal is still a relatively new thing for me.
So to start with LNN though as well.
I know. Yeah.
It's a tongue twister trying to get those 4 letters out.
Yeah.
So before this, I had hair. I was properly wafted away. So I was just like, you want to make music like this? But there was a part of me that sort of went, are we allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so there was a part of me that was like, fuck it. I'm in an indie band as well, but it was, and that's kind of what I ended up doing a lot of. But ultimately, it was a case of well, why not? It's a genre I've never really dipped my toe in at all, and why not? We want to make something that's filled with atmosphere, and like what Grant said, we started off at the studio, and it was just the two of us, and then we were like, we need a drummer, we need a singer, we needed this.
I think the tag, what I wanted to get a band together was, I wanted to make heavy, melodic, beautiful disaster music.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make a band that was a mix of Godspeed You Black Emperor, Electric Wizard, and Cult of Luna, and we sound absolutely nothing like any of them bands.
That's probably my influence. I have an attention span of a gnat. So anything longer than 4 or 5 minutes and I'm clocked out.
Yeah. So So that's kind of a long-winded way of answering your question, really.
And where'd the band name come from?
I think that was me.
Yeah, it was you.
So we've been umming and ahhing about band names for
a good while.
It's got to be about a year or two, and it was getting a bit silly. And
as it does.
I personally wanted something that was snappy, one word. Sigils being symbols of power. On our album artwork, we've each got a sigil that represents one of us. But yeah, more than anything, I think it was just a cool word, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And what are your musical backgrounds? How did you come to, be a guitarist, be a bassist, start singing?
Metallica, Cunning Stunts live DVD. Watched it at a very, very young age. Next day I wanted to play guitar.
Go for it.
So I didn't pick up guitar until lockdown. This is a relatively recent thing for me. Never done anything musical until this either. So again, this is all very new to me. I picked it up over lockdown just as something to do. So I was studying at the time as well, and it was just dismal. Like, couldn't leave the house, so I need something to keep myself busy. And I quite enjoyed it. And I think over time, I sort of gravitated more towards singing as well, because I think we needed to fill up the vocalist spot after our old vocalist unfortunately had to leave. So I think that's when I started to sort of shift into the vocals, and I started having lessons. I started doing screaming lessons, and I loved it. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think it's just kind of gone from there for me.
Yeah. For myself, I picked up the guitar when I was 16. I was just surrounded by a lot of people who played an instrument, and I was like, I like it. It's something that I might want to dip my toe into. I started off learning a lot of classical guitar, a lot of flamenco in particular, and so I was a guitarist. Went to university, did loads of open mics, stuff like that. So I performed a lot, and classically, everybody's looking for a bass player because nobody wants to be a bass player. My dad dabbled in a lot of bass, and when he was younger, and I'd always like sort of dipped my toe into it a bit. And then and so again in a different project way before this one, someone was like, need a bass player, and I was like, well, sorry, I'm not doing anything. So why not pick up the bass and actually do it? And it was from lockdown when I started to properly put like a bit more of a concentration into doing bass, even though I don't really call myself a bass player. Because I just do weird things on the bass, bit unconventional.
Yeah, I know bassists like that.
Classically, we're the weird ones.
I'll take
that.
So, what are your biggest musical influences individually? You know, how they help shape your sound and your styles.
Interesting.
Cult of Luna, massively. Like, it's changed the way I wrote music and played guitar. The big soundscapes, very melodic, amazing writers.
Yeah, I've got a hot take that Lee doesn't agree with. That Cult of Luna far surpassed Tool.
No. Oh
yes,
wow,
100%.
Oh wow. See, I love Tool. I love
Bases together.
I love Tool. Yeah.
Even so, Fear and Inoculum come out, and then within a couple of weeks, I Don't Want to Fear come out. And I was just blown away by Don't Want to Fear. And after waiting, 15 years we had to wait for Fear and Inoculum?
Yeah.
I got bored waiting.
I think everyone did.
Bored listening. So when I Don't Want to Fear come out, it just, for me, it blew it out the water. But that's just personal.
I think it was the Salvation album in particular. That was the turning point. It's where they really developed their sound. I think it's the third album.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
For myself musically, so like I said, I did a lot of classical guitar, a lot of flamenco, so there were a lot of classical influences, I suppose, like Andrea Segovia, Tarrega, people like that, but I'm not good at classical guitar, so I'm not, compared to what other people are doing, and I learned very quickly that I was not very good at it, but people like Mark Knopfler, Dire Straits, I love Kings of Leon, but again, I know it's complete segue from like metal and stuff like that, massive segue. But it's in terms of like personal influence, it fitting more with the genre, I suppose. Tool, I adore Tool and just how strange they are in general. I suppose Gojira Primus is another big one as well, because again, Les Claypool, why not? He's a strange boy. I'm sure there's a few others, but I can't really think of them right now.
I'm quite boring. Nothing particularly niche for me. Massive Deftones fan, like since I can remember. I grew up on Deftones, System of a Down, all that kind of side of the new metal in the early 2000s, mostly due to my parents, so that was on constantly. I went through a bit of a Cali surf rock phase when I was at uni. Don't know why. Got really into it. And there's an indie band from Chicago that I really like called Wunderbar. And that's where I take some kind of vocal inspiration from their lead vocalist. He's really good. And then I think a few years ago I started listening to metal again properly, and then started going through like a lot of Lamb of God, big Lamb of God phase. Yeah, in terms of like vocal inspirations, I think Serge Tankian, without a shadow of a doubt, is my go-to inspiration.
Yeah, totally.
And also like there's a lot of Kill Switch in there as well for me.
I'm also a big fan of Paul Gilbert.
I think for our drummer, I'd say it's Linkin Park,
Yeah.
Iron Maiden,
Yeah.
Parkway Drive.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you got to support them in his previous band as well.
he was in a previous band called Freeride. Sounded a bit like August Burns Red, like back in Croatia.
They're very Judas Priest kind of vibes as well, didn't they?
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
now and then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
But, so they got to support Parkway Drive, and he was a big fan of them beforehand anyway. But yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how would you describe Sigils' music to someone who hadn't heard it before?
Oh God.
We've been struggling with this. As you call an FFO, like full fans of, like we've been trying to like revamp it.
Scratching your head, something daft.
It was originally put as Mastodon, Ocean Size, and Muse, and all of them are prog bands. Like kind of, and I don't think we sound anything like Muse, and I don't really think we sound like Ocean Size. Ocean Size is gods, man. Early Mastodon, yeah. Like massively. So we've still kept Mastodon. We put System of a Down on just because of vocals, and Norma Jean just to spice things up.
Right.
Yeah. Don't really know how else to answer. Like you said, we've been scratching our heads. Well, at the studio last week, I got laughed at because I wasn't planning on putting it as an FFO, but it's like there's a Eurasia song called Always, and I love that
We
song.
don't sound like.
No, I'm not saying that we sound like Eurasia, but I'm saying like
You didn't like the point of the conversation.
No, I know, but there were parts of me that reminded me of you and the way that you sing as well, and like the falsetto and stuff like that. And I was just like, oh, Jake
Not
could do
putting
this,
Eurasia
but
on it.
why not? Just throw in a curveball, make people go.
Listen, you want to be experimental? That's the way to go.
He's on my side.
I think it's tricky to like nail it down to one influence and one particular style. I think what we try and do is just try and take the best bits of a bunch of different things and stitch it together and see where we end up.
Yeah.
I think ultimately what we aim for is something emotive. I think that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, you said it already.
Definitely.
You said it already.
Yeah, heavy melodic, beautiful disaster music.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it's still what we try and aim to
It's kind of
do.
our tagline in a way. It's on our business cards.
I think, as with anything, though, when the writing process starts, I think it just sort of runs away from us, and then we have to try and figure out what it means later.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to the songwriting, how is the process? Do you usually write collaboratively, or does somebody take the lead?
I tend to write the core of a song on an acoustic guitar that's from a skip. I've been doing it for ages. It's the only thing I write music on, and I'm always heavily red wine drunk. I rarely write sober, which is not. I don't condone it. So drinking is bad. But yeah, I'll work on something for a couple of hours just off a random melody I have in my head, and it probably doesn't turn out exactly like what's in my head, but I'll run with it, and I'll then record it on a video, send it to the guys, and then we'll play around with it in the studio. So and it's kind of free reign from there.
And does the skip relevance actually pay off with the guitar? Have you tried using another guitar to write on?
In case this one's got like some voodoo curse on it or something.
It just makes sense. It does.
It's a nice guitar.
It's from a skip. It works. The method works, and I probably should change it, but I'm not.
If it works, it works.
I think it works fine.
I think if you can create something on an acoustic, and in my head I can piece it together of how it will sound when I've got my pedal board with it, there's a kind of love of bringing it into the studio and doing that, as opposed to plugging it into a little practice amp at home and then bringing it to the studio. Like it being on an acoustic and it being raw and clean, it just kind of makes more sense with that whole melodic sound. I don't know, it's
you pretty much hit the nail on the head though. You come up with, like you say, a core idea, a bunch of chords slapped together, then we bring it to the studio, and whatever's around that idea, we then, in real time, I feel like we develop it relatively quickly. Like, I don't know, we just play whatever feels right for the moment, and kind of edit on the go. And like for a session, like we come up with something and it feels right, and we go, cool. Like the latest song that we've written.
Yeah, some bits change, some bits get extended, some bits like take away. Before, when we first started writing, I was trying to make 10-12 minute songs, and but after the first few months, especially with our old singer Sam, he turns to me like, we're not Godspeed You Black Emperor, and we are not going to do that. We're not playing such long songs, which sucks, because I love post metal, and I'd love to play 40-minute songs and be able to, you know, hold the weight of a 40-minute song.
But then you go away and do your thing kind of separately, don't you?
Yeah, so I think, we all sort of do our own bits, and if we take it to the studio 1 week for rehearsal, we might go away and do some stuff at home. I will typically write the lyrics, and I usually do that just on a free weekend. I'll go and sit and have a coffee somewhere, because I work from home most of the time. I cannot work in the house, so I have to like go out to the pub or like go out to a coffee shop or just something to get out and sit with a notebook and just see what comes to mind, really.
Yeah.
So where do you find the inspiration from your lyrics and melodies?
It's I guess I fit it around the core of the song that Grant puts together. I don't think any of my lyric writing is particularly deep. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I grew up listening to as well the Chili Peppers, for better or for worse. But I mean, was listening to a lot of them when I grew up, and I mean, but if they can get away with having a career off of saying "God in California" a million times and saying gibberish, I don't. I've always been of the opinion that the melody's a lot more important than the lyrics. That's just my perspective on it. And so I typically will sit there, I'll have the track on repeat, and I'll just see what fits in terms of syllables, see what fits melodically, and just kind of work backwards like that.
So your songs build slowly, then explode.
Yeah.
Is this intentional, or is this how you naturally play?
Bit of column A, column B, I'd say. I mean, personally, so I went to university to study music. It was mostly like performance and stuff, and things that I generally like is the layering and what makes, like, let's put it this way, when you're listening to, I don't know, whenever you were dropping me off from the studio and you were like, check this out, it's Pig Destroyer or something, and it's just go, 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 go. It's mental, but that's what it's supposed to be, right? And because we're trying to develop something interesting, not that wasn't interesting, but it's like because we're trying to develop our own thing that is interesting, I feel like, trying to, the whole whiplash effect. So we've got a song called Close Your Eyes. I love it for the fact that it starts off really, really slowly, and then out of nowhere, it is from something something really small to then, like you say, like an explosion almost. Because again, it just gives a really different dynamic to the experience of listening to it, So I think it's a bit of column A, column B. It happens a bit naturally. And then I think when we've got when the nature is kind of finished doing its thing, I think we then kind of, at least I certainly sit back and try to think of, I don't know, just the different things that could make it a bit more interesting. If it's too repetitive here, take something out, put something else back in, and just try and alter it. But it's definitely a group effort. Nothing that we do is not a group effort.
I just got to say, I do love Pig Destroyer. The way you describe that is exactly it. Pig Destroyer rules.
Buckbear is a classic album.
It's Prowler in the Yard at Damnation.
I was there.
Yeah. What you described before is exactly how I would describe what post-rock and post-metal is. but we are not a post-rock or post-metal band. So I think as an ethos, there's definitely that love of wanting to build something and sort of like grab, and then all of a sudden hitting something very hard at the end. Like it's kind of climactic. I like, yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, but again, to add to ethos to the whole beautiful melodic disaster music, I think it just again makes a bit more sense to do it in that way, because for me, when we were really struggling again to sort of figure out what the hell we are, those 4 words like it meant a lot to me in terms of like what we are as a band, and again it just adds that bit more of a dynamic to everything, and again just makes it an interesting listen, I hope. And then we kind of, not every song is quiet, loud.
Yeah.
Some songs are just loud from start to finish, and then
I do think our newer stuff we've been working on is heavier than the previous record. I would say, yeah.
I think we're all starting to maybe feel a bit more comfortable in our abilities and kind of fitting into something that makes sense for us.
Yeah.
Like I realize I quite enjoy growling and like more on the low ends and like the fry screams. So a lot of the stuff that I'm writing vocally is more geared that way. I think as a result, things will shift to accommodate that as well.
Yeah.
So when you disagree on something musically, how do you usually settle it?
With a fight.
That's what we wanted to hear.
Wait for the knife fight to come out. That's what I'm waiting for.
Good old
knife
fashioned
fight.
I am very guilty of this. I just so
you the headlock and I, you, Charlie.
yeah, I'm like around just no. It's all from a place of love, though. I can't speak for Grant, but at least for me, it's all coming from a place of love. But if there's something that isn't working or something like that, then it's just about communication. It's just about, if you're really struggling to find out what the word is that you need to translate, then I don't know, figure out what the other 50 words are to replace that word, and then go from there, I suppose. But it's, I don't know, what you be kind.
I think if anyone does clash heads, it is me and Charlie. But it's not a recurring thing. It doesn't happen that often. And I will say, I think when it do, it's probably hugely down to miscommunication and me not saying, not using words and not using the right words. Or I just get Ante to talk to Charlie. And stuff like that. That's what tends to happen. And then he'll have 5 minutes away, and then I'll be quiet, and then for some weird reason it's all like sorted out and in the way I want things.
You just exhale and go.
I just sort of take a step back. And I'm
I feel like we've opened up a Sigils therapy session.
I think you're right, yeah. I think this has been healthy for us.
So, what track has changed the most since the demo version to the final version?
Ooh. Shores, maybe?
I was going to say Shores, because that was when our drummer initially put together on acoustic in a completely different key. And then
Was that a bit acoustic, or was that a proper acoustic?
That one wasn't from a skip, I don't think, because it was his guitar.
Held together.
He made the song, and we played drop C tuning, and he was playing it in E standard.
Yeah.
And I needed to find a way of trying to play it in drop C, so I brought it down a step and then transcribed it. But I think as a whole, it massively changed and developed. But the core of it was only wrote in 45 minutes before work. And I look back now, I'm like, that was a good moment of actually writing something.
Yeah.
But
I mean, sort of dipping toe back into the other question as well, not the fight, but it's more a case of like, for me personally, I'm autistic, right? So when something's in my head set in stone, it's like, right, that's it. that's it. And if something diverges, I'm like, just the tism kicks in. But with Shores, indefinitely, it was a case of like we ended up revisiting it quite a few times just to be like, why do we add this section in, or why do we put this section at the front, or just and then just the rearranging. And I think to a degree it did happen with probably all of our songs, but in terms of, in answer to your question, it probably Shores.
In all fairness, it was like 2.5 years of practicing every week, every Wednesday, and before we played a gig, he was losing his mind, saying like, well, why don't we play gigs? And I really wanted to have something recorded, because what's really annoying is when you go and see a band, if they're a support band or any band, any venue, and they're amazing, and you take your breath away, and you can't listen to them.
Sure.
And then after 2 months, if they've still not got something online, I'll forget about them.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure the album was done before we did. When I'm
almost like the business card, so to speak. Like boom, there you go. So to me it made like, you do it this way, you do it that way, and then you make the album. And I was just like, but now that we've done it, it makes perfect sense for, especially for the genre, I suppose. But
with the songwriting though as well, a lot of bands road test songs, and given the fact that it needs to be in a certain way, does that not affect you when you go out and play the songs live, or do you just have them set before you go out?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand the question.
So a lot of bands will road test a song, they'll play
road
live,
test.
before they actually finalize it and tweak it.
I don't think we've got a piece of music where we've been like, let's just see what this sounds like through a band, like a stage PA and stuff like that, to then, like you say, road test. I'm pretty confident that everything that we put out, if we don't feel confident with it, we don't do it.
Right. Yeah.
I think we were working on 13 songs, and the 8 that went on the album was mainly because lyrics were done. It was a full piece. It was completed.
I mean, what's your opinion?
I mean, we're kind of road testing now at the moment with, I mean, recording is stupidly expensive, as I'm sure you're aware. But we wanted to keep writing. So we've got a few more that are like more rehearsed, and we will rehearse them to death. But those haven't been released yet, and those were kind of road testing, I guess, and they're not fully finalized, so things could still change before we actually sit down and record them. But I think that's kind of only with a few of them. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it like that, because again, I think it was more a case of like, with a few songs that we're quote unquote road testing, I think it was a case of like, we did a tour last year, the set was the same, and to just mix things up, we're like, well, there's only so many different orders that you can do with the same songs, but we've got a few songs that we've worked on and they're completed, and so it's like, we'll just throw them into the set for more our sake, I think, as opposed to
just keep it interesting as well.
Just too fresh for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And so like I said, a bit of column A, column B. I think it's just want to make something that we're confident with before we actually go to then do it.
What's the role each of you has in the band that's nothing to do with the music, like your artwork or your merch or booking gigs?
Oh, good question.
Is it all left to one person? Because it often isn't, man.
It can be. I mean, it was kind of you for a while. Like, so last year,
sucks.
I was asking you desperately not to burn yourself out. You were this close to being like, oh God. But it was like thousands of emails getting sent out and stuff like that.
It's really difficult to put something online when you've got, like, from scratch. It's a ball ache. Like, for me, it was adding a load of random people from a personal account to try and direct them to like a band. The reason why we're probably on this podcast is because I sent you a message and I looked at our previous thread and I sent you like 5 messages before. I proper spammed everyone, which I don't think was it a waste of time? No, I don't think it was.
No,
but
I don't think it was.
But it was hard work. I've absolutely no idea how to market anything new. Like, none of us do. So
we're figuring a lot of it out as we go along.
So yeah, but booking gigs and everything online was me for a long while. Now we've got someone wonderful helping us with social media.
Tana.
Tana, yeah.
Yeah.
Jake helped with artwork
Admin.
with a friend Emma. Was the conduit between us trying to actually get a decision together with what we wanted, which was very difficult in itself.
I think the easy answer is admin. Ante is heavy lifting because
They both drummers tend to be drivers and heavy lifting.
he can drive, but he does most of the heavy lifting because he also drives.
I drive,
and I'm the guy that can talk a glass eye to sleep.
Driving.
It's your media.
Yeah. It's literally the new job that I'm starting as well, to talk as well.
Sleeping in the back of the car.
Yeah.
I think, generally me and Grant will like tag team the admin stuff. So Grant will do a lot of like the emails and whatnot. I'll set up all the weird peripheral stuff like, oh, here's our Google Drive, here's like everything I've organized. Ante, our drummer, will also do, he likes to do the posters as well, and he really likes to do a little bit of social media stuff, so he'll sit and record out the window when we're driving places and spend hours editing it. He loves that.
Oh, that was the leftover. Next films.
Tana will, who's recently joined us, she's doing our social media, which is, my God, it's such a godsend because 4 blokes in their mid-30s is, we don't know what social media is, man.
Ideally, none of us like social media or want to be on social media, but it's a necessary evil that we have to try and push a band or podcast.
I feel you. I'm still thinking about MySpace every day.
Christ,
I miss MySpace.
Wow, with that one bloke who befriended
Tom.
Tom, yeah.
I remember being on MySpace and everyone went to Facebook, and I realised nobody was online. That's a sad moment.
What's your favourite memory from a live performance so far?
Oh, that's a tricky one.
And it doesn't have to be a joint answer. You can have 3 different ones if you want.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple that stand out for me, and it's to do with the quality of the stage we're playing on. So, fairly recently, actually, we were playing Metal to the Masses in Rebellion in Manchester, and it was just bizarre playing on like such a well put together stage. Like, the sound guy was awesome, the lights were amazing, and I genuinely felt like, oh my God, this is actually pretty good. We actually don't look awful.
Big shout out to 161 for putting it on.
Yeah, too right. Sorry, go on.
Well, it's the similar one for back in the summer when we played in Wales. We played in a place quite similar to this, recording studio, rehearsal space, bar, like very similar setup. In the green rooms, it was called, and again we got like really good sound tech and really good light guy.
In
and
Wales, wasn't it?
down in Newport, no, not Newport, Pontypridd, my neck of the woods. And just having the actual like the lighting and the sound be really good was just such a good memory for me. I think it felt proper, you know.
Yeah, I think I don't know if there's a specific moment. I mean, it always gives me a bit of a thrill when you see the crowd like really getting into it, like starting to mosh and stuff like that, you know, because that's like we want the music that we're writing, we want people to have a good time, and seeing people having a good time is always really, really nice. It's very rewarding, at least for me. And another thing as well is like again at the Rebellion gig, there's this one chap. We started doing dare I say, a residency at a local venue in Macclesfield called MASH. So once every 3 months we put on a full night. This place is, before us, never did metal, and the owner was just like, oh bloody hell, it's actually all right, this isn't it? So it's like so we've started doing a thing there quite frequently, which is always a lot of fun. And there's this one guy, I think his name is Dave, and he's an older gentleman. He gets into the thick of it. People like helped pick him up. He's just so into it. He's falling over. It's amazing. But I saw him at Rebellion. He was wearing one of our T-shirts, you know, and it's just like I don't know where he bought it from, but it's the fact that I saw him in the crowd wearing one. Yeah. And again, it's the little things like that, and having and just having people sort of be like, oh, I've heard of Sigils. You know, it's like it's more the small things as opposed to anything major. You know. So.
Yeah, I think first hometown show was pretty cool, knowing it was PAX. And
it was,
and knowing that people were actually came out for it, as opposed to going around and playing in places like South Wales and Kingston and London, like actually playing a hometown show round the corner. If it was dead, it would have broke my heart.
But we did do everywhere before our own hometown.
Yeah, we
is
did,
crazy,
which is, yeah, don't blame me.
And you're based in Macclesfield, is that right?
Macclesfield, yeah.
How is the local scene?
Pardon?
How is the local scene in Macclesfield?
There is a metal scene, I'd say. Like, you walk down the street and you'd be hard pressed not to find someone in a metal t-shirt
Right.
or
Yeah.
like long hair of some description, like in combat boots. Like,
Generically, the music scene's pretty big in Macclesfield, but in terms of metal, there's not a lot of venues to, or there's not any more.
There's no promoters in Mac.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's hard.
there's a few little venues, but the venues are not doing enough to promote anything that isn't like original bands. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
predominantly cover bands that are around.
So do you think that waiting so long to play a hometown show helped build up that momentum to have such a big crowd?
I suppose so.
Yeah,
I think so.
definitely.
I think it was a bit of a bubble that was waiting to burst. And I'm not going to be pretentious and be like, that was because of us. but it was a case. I think so. The local pub, it has reopened now, called the Swan with Two Necks, and that was like the place to go. And then they sort of migrated to a different pub, but again, it's just like, I don't know.
We might put on a show there. Like the other hometown gigs we've done, and the one coming up, we're only picking out the town bands.
Yeah.
Because
Right. Yeah.
For me, it doesn't make sense putting on hometown bands. Just but like it's good to invite other
Yeah,
people, especially
definitely.
bands we've played with, which are
So you're
awesome as
curating
well.
all the lineups as well, are you?
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Like obviously not our venue, but we are basically taking the venue over for the night, promoting everything, trying to organise everything, trying to make the ship smooth as
Nice. Yeah.
sail it as smoothly
Yeah.
as possible. Really, yeah.
What's the dream festival or venue you'd love to play?
Ooh.
Tangent. Tangent.
You didn't even need to think about that one, did you?
It's home for me. I go every year. I've been so many times. I don't care if we play in the toilets or we just we rock up with a generator and we play in the car park. I couldn't care less.
Dream venue? Do you have one?
The dream venue though, Academy Free. I think it's the best sounding venue in the
It is
UK.
on the stage
It
as
is.
well.
I've already played there.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing a band like someone like Slipknot at Academy Free. It'd be fucking wild.
It would,
It'd
yeah.
be wild. But the sound, the size of it, like that's like yeah.
Yeah.
And it's obtainable goals as well,
Yeah.
rather than me going
Glastonbury or, yeah.
sort of
Well, for a long time, that was the venue we said the Rebellion, wasn't it? Where like seeing Metals to the Masses would be on.
Yeah,
So
right.
Rebellion seems to have taken over that now. Where a lot of
Rebellion's an amazing venue.
Yeah.
I just get annoyed by those pillars.
You're not telling me. I'm always stuck behind.
That's intentional.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to see this ugly mug. Yeah. But it's like venues. Do you have like?
I quite like to play 2000 Trees.
Yeah.
That'd be quite a big one for me.
Yeah.
Especially on the stage in the forest. That'd
Yeah.
be so sick.
It would be cool. It would kind of fit our USP a little bit. I don't know. It feels like it would just fit in nicely. But I don't know. In terms of venue, I mean, again, musically going very off kilter. I'm a massive Kate Bush fan, and her first, I think, major gig was at the Hammersmith Apollo. And then after that tour, she didn't do another one after 30 years, and then she went back to the Hammersmith Apollo to do her second tour in like 40 years. It's crazy. So yeah, but I'm happy to go anywhere.
I'd love to play in a church as well, but
Sonic,
sonically,
it's awful. It's tough.
But my new Dim Skewer did an amazing
Yeah.
live performance in church. Like,
That's-
massively suits their sound as well.
I saw Blood Incantation in Albert Hall. That's an old church.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
So, you know,
Yeah.
it's achievable.
There are a couple of churches that we can hire out in Mac, but again, just because of the nature of what a church is there for, you're supposed to speak at this volume
Yeah.
and then have the voice carry. So we would have to have our amps and everything be on like one, maybe less. To just, do you know what I mean? It's
And we're all skin. Absolutely skin.
yeah.
So, what's next then for Sigils?
Well, I think we're taking a bit of a break while Ante, our drummer, has his third child. We didn't want to book too much in, give him time to get settled.
We can do stuff locally because he can do that. But you're right. Yeah.
I think the vague plan of action for the next few months is play some stuff locally. We're through to the quarterfinals from Out to the Masses, so that's on the 26th of April. So that's coming up pretty soon, actually. God, but really looking forward to that. Guess we'll see how far we get with that.
I'm planning on booking September shows, so that is going to be my next thing of sending a lot of really tedious emails. So any venues, promoters, if you're listening to this, book us for September. Well, we drive like long distances. I drive long distances.
We are very prepared. I mean, I think from the nature of last year when we did the tour, I think it just seemed to work rather nicely to just focus on second half of the year, because first half of the year, shit needs to get done, you know, you're still figuring out what the year is going to look like, and then second half of the year just seems to me make a bit more sense. So
it would be good to get in the studio and record an EP, but
money,
realistically and financially we're not there yet for this year,
and we're not exactly prepared to be doing, you know, sexual favors yet, so or anything along those lines.
It's coming.
Here's some fluff.
It's coming.
Oh, that's pun intended.
So we're going to move on to the fun questions now. So what was the first gig or live show you ever attended?
Oh
my god, I know that one. Shall I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
I went to watch Nirvana, a Nirvana tribute band at the Globe in Cardiff, which is where I'm from. And I was heavily listening to Nirvana at that point. I was wearing like oversized flannels. I ripped my own jeans. It was tragic, man, but it was honestly like such a memorable night, especially when like the guy who was Kurt Cobain started talking with a thick Yorkshire accent between sets and was guzzling cough medicine or like something for his throat.
So
Kurt Cobain was from Yorkshire. He's a Wakefield boy.
So, yeah,
mental.
that's the first one I remember that really sticks out to me. It's such a strange thing.
Again, it's so off kilter from the nature of the podcast and the music that we do, but it's my first major gig was Jack Johnson at the NEM. It was for his album In Between Dreams. It's such a lovely, nice album. And here I am. That was my first one.
Mine was at Academy 1, and it was a Roadrunner United show, and it was Chimera, El Nino, and Spineshank. And it was fucking class.
Like the ultimate new metal band.
Yeah.
Roadrunner United did so much for the metal scene. Like,
when you're travelling to shows, what's the soundtrack in the van?
We don't have a van.
Well,
We have a very big car which is packed. I've got loads and loads of CDs, and what I tend to do is I'll give the pouch. We'll go round,
We'll pick an album.
and people will pick one, and it has anything from
Editors,
Jamiroquai. I think fucking Niles in there.
Creed.
There's a lot of corn in there as
There's a
well.
lot of corn.
I think it's quite nice at the end of a gig. So when we drive to a place, to listen to the music that gets us a bit pumped, gets us in the right frame of mind. We do typically when you get to the venue, obviously the similar stuff is playing through the PA anyway. And at least for me, it's quite nice when we decide to put just something kind
Radio 2.
Yeah, or just something.
It's the go-to radio station.
Just something quite chill afterwards, because it's like a warm down.
Sigur Rós is a good wind down
really
music.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a time we were driving back from Kingston back up to Macclesfield, which I think, what did that take, about 4 hours, 5 hours?
Yeah, something like that.
It was a horribly long drive at like one in the morning. I think we set off.
Yeah,
back from
gridlock at
on-
like 1.
And Ante put on Iron Maiden, and I'm not a massive Iron Maiden fan. And my God, I thought I was going insane. Like, I know everyone says that stuff they don't like all sounds the same, but I was just sat there listening. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. Every track sounds exactly the same. I'm going mental.
And then the album just automatically started back over.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, round 2, cool. It's like, no, can't do it.
If you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Fucking hell.
Around the Fur, without a shadow of a doubt. I love that album.
Fuck.
Good shout.
I should have prepared for this. I knew you were going to ask a question like this as well.
Shit.
Metallica S&M 1, because I think it covers all the bases. It's live, it's got an orchestra, and it spans all the like the best of the like career.
Well, fuck. I don't know. It's not that I'm not an albums guy. I've
You're
always.
not an albums guy.
I'm not an albums guy. I do really like just individual songs from a collect, and then because it always makes it feel like it's a brand new experience when there's a song that you've not listened to by a band that you already love, and you go, oh, cool, that's me. But that's not an answer to your question. I'd have Black Holes and Revelations by Muse is a big one for me. There's a lot of fucking belting songs. Absolution as well, maybe, but probably more Black Holes and Revelations.
Sigils had a house drink behind the bar. What would it be?
Whiskey.
Well, you're the guy.
If it were down to me and we were doing a brand deal, it'd be a bourbon. Like, I'm a big bourbon guy.
Yeah, well, you used to work in a cocktail bar,
I did.
so you're kind of savvy when it comes to that.
I would drink neat bourbon.
As
a bartender.
You like the drinking, you like the making a bit.
I also like the drinking.
I know, sure. I'm just there in the middle. If it tastes good.
Yeah, I think if it were down to me, we would have a bourbon behind the bar, and it would be nice, easy drinking.
I mean, it's cool if you get like a collab with a beer company and you got something going.
Free beer.
Regardless what style, I do love sours. Sours are great.
Yeah.
You got a particular sour that you're enjoying the most at the moment, or?
It's all the same, baby.
No, I went and toured the Gears 2 years ago to all the lambic breweries in Belgium, and I wish I went again this year because they're the kings of sours.
Belgium is just amazing. Belgian beer in general, aren't they?
But they're not going to do a collab with us.
They could. You don't know.
What's the most cursed piece of gear you've owned?
The most what? Sorry.
Cursed piece of musical equipment.
Cursed?
Yeah. You want the guitar that's always cutting out, or the amp that's always setting on fire?
I'm genuinely worried about Ante's drum throne. I genuinely fear it's just going to poke through, and we're just going to see an awful experience with that.
Don't know more kids.
Yeah, just a self vasectomy. For me, that's that. But otherwise, it's the 5150.
I've had a PV 5150 Mark II since I was 15. So you're talking 20 years now, and it can cut out. It doesn't cut out, it loses power, and then all of a sudden if you give it like a big drop and a knock, it'll hit back in.
It's like somebody knackering an antique, man. I'm just there like...
and weirdly, it's never happened at a gig. No, it has once. It's happened once at a gig where I had to run in and actually do it.
But when you did that, you actually did it in time to when we actually needed it to do it in the first place. It was amazing. The sound guys
planned.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Like it's great having old school valve amps, but yeah, I would say that is the most temperamental bit of kit.
Yeah.
That and your delay pedal that kicked the bucket.
Yeah, 350 quid on another delay pedal.
Really?
Yeah, Eventide. Yeah.
Play analog, they said. It'll be authentic, they said.
Your pedal board is immense. I think, like, not just the delay pedal, but I feel like it's massive. there's 15 different pedals on there, and you use them all to some sort of degree.
Oh,
Don't shy away.
We're moving a pedal. We're moving a pedal board off a stage once, and all I heard was a lady go, "It looks like a fucking spaceship."
I think it was the same lady that we just went, "Has it got its own fucking postcode? It's massive." So I just call it the postcode. Yeah.
So if you each had a theme tune that played when you walked into practice, what would it sound like?
Well, I think we're just gonna roast each other.
I think I'd choose a Smith song just to piss you off. Charlie Dave Morrissey's. Yeah. So I think purely for the sake of pissing him off, I'd make it a Smith song.
Bastard.
We've had this conversation with another band though as well. Johnny Marr's greatness then cancels out Morrissey's shitness.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
so
saying.
they just become neutral
Yeah,
at that.
that's it. It's okay to like the Smiths because Johnny Marr, it does cancel out.
Johnny Marr's
Morrissey.
an incredible musician.
So.
It's a shame that he had to work that long with
And it was
Morrissey.
only about 6 years.
Yeah, I know. It's just a bit of a winner, isn't it? I just can't. But I need to think about this.
I have absolutely no idea.
Um,
I suppose I'll pick something just to piss off the other guys, like a Sono track or something the opposite end of the spectrum, like something off Prowler in the Yard. Yeah, did you?
I think I'd like to see that. Would you include Jennifer in there?
Oh yeah, Jennifer's a fucking class way to come in. It's the Microsoft Sam for the win.
I mean,
It'd be nice to say something like the Beach Boys, wouldn't it be nice? But like, it's a little bit of a lie, isn't it?
it's a fib. That's a hands on fire moment. I don't know, something by Primus maybe. Jerry was a race car driver. I don't know, but I'm having to think pretty hard because these two just want to troll the fuck out of it. And I'm there genuinely being a bit like, I don't know, what would I come in on?
I'd come in dancing to Taylor Swift or something like that.
Just
You would as well.
Yeah,
Love it.
like shake it off and like just come in and out.
I'd not to just be that guy to just shit all over your positivity, but I'd be like, turn it off. I would just, yeah.
I'd sing along out of tune. Don't lie.
I'd leave. Same with Morris. Any inkling.
Oh
of
man,
Morris.
I'd find some flowers outside. Man. I would swinging just to see the look on your
You
face.
can get in the fucking bin. Same with Taylor Swift, man. Just Jesus, yeah. But so yeah, I don't know. Just maybe something by I don't know. Oh, Scarified, Paul Gilbert. An actual answer for your question.
Have you got a current song that's on repeat that you're listening to?
Always by Eurasia. Fucking love that song. I don't know why.
I need a second.
Yeah.
I don't. I've stopped streaming. I was paying for Spotify for over 10 years, and I can't do it anymore.
Fuck Spotify.
Yeah, fuck Spotify.
Fuck 'em.
I totally pulled out of the streaming game, so I sit and listen to records with my dad or CDs in the car, which is annoying because I'm not that up to date with what's coming out that's new. But I'm probably gonna buy like a record a month, like to.
If you go down the Charlie Manson route, if you've not heard it, it's new.
Another one for me is probably Roundabout by Yes. I've been listening to that a lot because I'm a very stubborn bastard. I was like, I can learn the intro to that. Yeah, just yeah.
I'll give you one I always like spin. Rosetta, the determinism of morality.
Wow.
Yeah.
No idea.
Sure.
There you
Yeah,
go.
sure. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, there's a few on rotation for me. They're always on rotation, but End of Heartache by Killswitch Engage. I absolutely love that song. I just turn it on when I start listening to music. Head Up, Deftones, and What Beautiful Night for a Murder, Black Dahlia. Is that? I can never remember the full title. Black Dahlia Murder, the Black Dahlia Murder song. But since the weather started getting nicer, I started listening to a lot of Takaneka, just because
He is nice.
I just like listening to the nice happy music for a
Yeah.
change.
I've been listening to a lot of Brutus as well. Like the Brutus Live in
They are
Russell's
good,
album was
Yeah.
one of the best released last year, I think.
You'll like another answer of mine. The Pot by Tool. Whenever that song comes on, I can't not. I can't. I'm like, shut up. Just Tool playing. I do. Yeah.
See?
I love that song.
Racists.
Quick fire questions now. Vinyl or streaming?
Vinyl.
Big festivals or intimate gigs?
We've not done a big
Intimate
festival,
gigs.
so intimate
Yeah.
gigs. Yeah.
Cult of Luna or Neurosis?
Cult Luna.
I'm gonna have to go with Cold Luna. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Big Lebowski or The Nice Guys?
The Big
Lebowski.
Big
Lebowski.
Lebowski.
Chips, curry or gravy?
Curry.
James Gravy.
Oh, Curry.
Quavers or Watsits?
What's it?
Quavers.
Quavers.
Ugh.
Tour van snacks, sweet or savoury?
Oh no. Probably
Savoury,
I do like
Savoury.
Savoury.
I reckon.
And our last question, hash brown trifle or cheese and a used tea bag toasty?
What on earth? of a question
That's a
is
lot
that?
of words that you just threw.
They're the questions that take the
I'll,
longest.
I'll take a hash brown
hurt my
trifle.
brain.
The fuck is a hash brown
a
trifle?
hash brown trifle
Or
or
a cheese and used tea bag toasty?
What the fuck? Cheese and used tea bag sacks. You're gonna have to do a bit of
do
explaining.
you still have the tea bag?
It's used.
It's used.
It's
Would you
used.
just cover it in cheese?
It's called recycling. You know, you've made your drink. You're making your toasty. You've got the cheese. You've got the tea bag in it.
What the fuck? No.
Listen, we make the questions.
Some people are really wrong.
That's the idea of the question.
A hash brown trifle.
It's
Yeah,
like
I'll
a
take
would
the
you
trifle,
rather,
man.
like, you know, and then one horrible circumstance, and then
Yeah.
a second. Right, okay, right. Jesus, I thought you were being legit. Jesus Christ.
Did you want me to be
You
legit?
literally think hash brown trifle? Oh, that
Fucking
sounds
tis-
amazing. That does.
My tism was kicking, and I was like,
It's like hash brown.
Is this
God,
real?
yeah, that's really good.
If anything, Charlie, your response has been the best. So
generally like, oh, sure, I'll try.
We're not going to
that.
make you eat it. Don't worry.
I am.
I would have gone home and been like, all right.
No, bag as well.
One quick trip to the doctor later.
Yeah, they could have cost a living
It's
crisis.
delicious. It's the problem. It's so tasty. Fucking hell.
Well, thanks for coming down, guys. Thanks for making your way to the rooms.
Oh, thanks
Thanks
so
for
much.
having us.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm
It's
looking
our
forward to
pleasure,
seeing you on stage soon.
Oh, yeah,
Cheers.
absolutely.
Indeed,
Yeah,
man.
sweet. Thank you.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
That was fun.